Hello to all of you who are constantly looking for space to store your books. I'm Gabriele Chiapparini, welcome to Small Photobook Cult. Today's book is There is Nothing New Under the Sun. It is a book that I love very much for the theme that it deals with and the images it contains. A perfect book for discussing how text and photography can balance and enhance each other. This project addresses capitalism and neoliberalism seamlessly, blending personal experiences and stories with images that appear to be taken from stock photos or computer screensavers. It is a work that challenges the concept of competition and struggle. The photographs are simply stunning, extremely formal in their grace. Welcome to the episode 30 of Small Photobook Cult. We are here with the photographer Kata Geibl. Hello Kata, I'm super happy to speak with you today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's a book that I really love. I bought it, I don't remember when or where, but it was a photo festival, I'm not quite sure. And I saw it and started flipping the pages and I thought, this is a great book.
Thanks so much.
So let's start from how did this project come about and what is it about?
This whole project started actually as my master project because I was studying at KABK in The Hague at a very specific photo MA program, which just started when I started the whole program. It was called Photography and Society. And so this is actually my master project, which I did for KABK. And the whole project started with just the images that you're going to see in the book. And the idea was that after I finished my BA, I took a year off because right after my BA, I was thrown into the art market by a gallery and I was exhibiting at Unseen and things like that. And I instantly realized that this whole world, the art world, is very new to me and it's making me quite anxious. So I started to dive deeper into this, why this whole art market thing is making me so nervous. And I started to do a project about it, about individualism, neoliberalism. So this project is about my own personal feelings about this kind of world that we are living in, and also other things.
But like another one from KABK. I think it's like the third, fourth book that came out from KABK that I guess in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, very, very nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it was a great program. I really loved studying in The Hague and in this very, very international, very open-minded class. And Donald Weber was the main character behind Photography and Society master's program. And I actually greatly missed my teachers from back then.
Oh.
Yeah, now I'm a teacher, so now I have my students to be worried about, and
Yeah, but this is good. Like at least you can pass some concept that you learn there. It's always a good practice. I think.
I hope so.
I think we had Emilia Martin, Peter Flugler, and someone else probably, and they all are from KABK, and all the time are amazing projects.
Yeah, I think they studied in the BA program.
Yeah, probably. What is about this work? Like what? Do you want to speak about what?
Yeah, sure. Maybe if you go back to the very beginning of the book, like the first page, because it's very specific. So it's not just this. I'm sorry for that mistake. So it's a photo textbook, not purely photo book. So it also has text in it, and the text is sometimes very, very personal. For instance, this short story, which is about me getting accepted at art school in Budapest and very excited about my first day there. And sometimes there are also stories which are not personal, but a little bit more academic, where I dive deep into how after the 1989, the whole world changed, and we thought that capitalism is the answer to everything. And so there is also a little bit of academic stuff, but in a very, very light way and in a very funny way, I hope so. And so these two type of text are within the photo series. And this is a very personal one. And we decided to not reveal the end of the story for that one. But most of the personal stories are in the book full length. So you know the end, but it's a very, very postmodern way to start a book, that you see a story and you never know the end of it. So yeah, and then if you flip to the next page, then the images start and the photo series. This is my very, very first day when I was, I don't know, 25 or something like that. I started actually art school very late because I studied film history and philosophy before becoming a photographer. And every story is kind of related, how instead of working together as a community, we actually are struggling with each other and for the goods that are there. And this story, the end of it, is that that the girl that became my classmate said that one of her friends didn't start art school, but she was actually glad because there was one less competitor.
Yeah.
So so actually all my struggles with this art world and how to be in that without being in this rat race and competition. How to I don't know how to say it properly, but I struggled with these feelings that I didn't understand why my classmates actually thought of me as a competitor when I was just happy to be part of a community and to study art together and things like that. And So this how my journey started on that bus meeting my new classmate.
Now, but I understand it also because it's a close, small community. Also, the world of art and specifically photography, it's not so big.
Yeah, it's super small. Yeah.
And also, I just want to say that some years ago I watched this documentary that it's really, really good. I don't remember the title. It comes from a book, and the book it's I Never Went to School. The title of the book. And this documentary is about this guy. I think he born in Austria probably, and the parents decide to don't push him to go to a standard school, and he grew up with the other kids in this village or community. And then when I don't know, he started learning. Wait, the title is Alphabet, like 2A in the start of the title, Alphabet.
Yep.
And it's about the fact that when he starts work, it was because he chose something that he really liked, because he was not forced to start working. When he was young, he started to be curious about building guitars and violins, like handcrafting, these kind of things. And that became his job in the end. And it's also a really interesting documentary about the competitive system inside the educational programs in everywhere in the world. And it's also said that we didn't born as a competitive human being, we are more collaborative. But in the end, you are forced to that from the society. Sorry, it was a really long thing. Normally, I don't speak so much.
No, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And you really summed it up. I tried to, I hope it was understandable what I was trying to say. But your story really sums it up, what the whole story is about. Yeah.
So I'm glad because I spoke really quite a lot. And speaking a bit, just a bit more about the text, the use of text play a very important role in all this work.
Yep.
What do you think is their function, and why and how did the idea to include them come about?
It came much later because I was working super hard on the series and I already had my main images. And then, there is this saying that an image speaks 1,000 words. And I think that's the biggest lie they ever tell you. I don't think it's true. So every image needs a context and needs a story, because otherwise, so it doesn't speak 1,000 words. So I had these images, all of them, and I made a sequence out of them. I was already exhibiting them, and quite soon I realized that without text, they become these very nice, cinematographic images. And people don't really understand the point, even though they can feel it. But still, they are, so to speak, very, very nice images. I think probably too nice images, because I was trying to use the aesthetics of capitalism to actually mock capitalism, so to speak. So once I had the images, I realized that, okay, maybe they tell a story and maybe they do speak to the viewer, but I need something much more concrete, which images can give you. So that's why in the end, I wrote a whole book about these issues and about the themes that I delve into the series, but with words, because they are much more concrete than images. And I think together they work very nicely and are completely understandable. Because the problem with this, not the problem, but the main challenge with this series was that, as you can see, there are quite a lot of type of images in them. So you have buildings, you have very, very nice landscapes, you have athletes, you have a lot of images of animals, and every image is kind of a metaphor. But if you only use metaphors in a series, then it's very hard to pinpoint what the series is about. So you need a guiding line for the viewer to understand the whole thing. So that's why it was crucial to include this text in the whole series. And also it was not the easiest because before I was signing a contract with Void, my publishing house, who I really, really love. And it was very, very nice to work with them together. I was approached by a lot of publishers, and every publisher wanted to publish a photo table book from this series, because these images are, as I said, very cinematographic. So they wanted to make a big, heavy coffee table book out of these images. And it was totally against what the whole series is about. And it was a very nice coincidence that Void and I found each other, because they were on board with including text together with the images. And they are very excited about the idea to include text in a photo series, and not to make it like a, I don't know, 1 meter by 1 meter coffee table book. So yeah, that's how we ended up using the text together with the images. You see the images are printed very nicely, and in juxtaposition, the text that you see throughout the whole book has this grain to it, this very Xerox printed, punkish way of presenting the text, which was also very important for us, that there is a juxtaposition between like the text, which is, so to speak, the truth of some kind, and the very metaphorical images. So there is also tension between the text and the images.
But how did the other publisher thought or think about this project? Because without the text, it's true, like it's quite scary that the meaning can be lost quite easily.
Yeah. I think actually, even without the text, I think it's quite understandable what the series is about, because before I was thinking in a photobook format and text. I showed it to a lot of friends of mine and people, like only the images, and I was asking them, like, what do you think the series is about? And then they actually put the whole story together quite easily. So I don't think that it's not understandable without the text, but it definitely gives it another layer, which is much more concrete than images can ever tell you. Because however you sequence a series, there is always something lost in translation, because images can't speak 1,000 words.
Yeah, also because are really precise and super well picked. Like, you said to me before we start to record this that you choose some part of the text from a specific book, right?
Yeah, it's actually, I wrote a book called Sea Daylight, which was my master thesis at KABK. And there are a lot of, not just text, but in a very postmodern way, like song lyrics in them, or note to selves, which are handwritten, or just screenshots, like Og Boomer is a screenshot from there, which is also in the book. And then there are these super personal stories. For instance, the one that is, I think, this one. The middle-aged Caucasian man on a subway eating a chicken sandwich, which is a personal story of mine, because before I was accepted at art school, I was working a 9-to-5 job at a stock photo agency. And I was, working there. And this story is about my boss and how I was stuck between these stock images, like 300 at least at one day, and I need to added an informing title and verse to it, so clients could find it. And now, of course, AI has this job to make, so people don't have to suffer about seeing at least 300 stock images a day. This story is about that, and about how he was actually not the best boss in the world, but in the end I saw him on the subway eating a chicken sandwich. Yeah.
And what are these numbers?
They are the pages of the book. The book is, let me check, it's 93 pages altogether, and not the whole book is in the Photobook, just some parts of which we decided together with the editor, Mirto from Void, which ones to include and which ones not to include. And also it has a break now. Yeah, here at the afterwards. The whole photo book has a break almost in the middle where afterwards starts, which is really the afterwards from this thesis, which are just copy-pasted things from my whole research, which I didn't include in the book, and are very, very honest and not censored at all. So that's the break in the book. And as you see, some images actually come back in the series. For instance, this one, the golden bars. And after you go through the afterwards, you can actually see that they are just wood bars painted golden. Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't notice that. One of the questions was this one, that you decide to split the book like in two parts and are like inside these two golden. Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, I was hand painting these, during COVID.
Yeah, perfect time for do it.
Yeah, and then, I was really happy that I was almost finished with the series, because then COVID hit, and there were some images that I couldn't do, and then I thought about new images, how to make them during COVID in my room, and for instance, this gold bar thing was one of them. And then I actually used my father a lot for the series because he was available to me during COVID times. So, for instance, a little spoiler that at the beginning of the book, there is this businessman, and that's actually my father.
That is...
the very, very first image. He must really loves me because he hates to be photographed, and I was really devastated that it's COVID, I can't finish my series, I need models, and... he was on to be photographed in a suit and blinded by the harsh flash. So
So what is this hard flash in this picture? Like why you decide to put this strong light in his face?
Well, he is a character in this whole thing. So he's not playing himself. He's just a model in this whole thing. And I wanted to have a very like an everyday man who is, in this business suit, but you can see that this business suit is not like, the Wall Street kind of business suit. And he's also quite old, so he's also probably quite tired, can't wait for his pension and retire from his 9-to-5 white-collar job. So I wanted to, even have a greater gesture in the image. So that's why I flashed his face. And then the images are starting with these very stock photo-like buildings in London, which almost looks like Chicago. So I thought it's a nice start for the series to establish who are the characters in this whole narrative.
Like when I watched this book for the first time, after a while, when I start to feel the meaning of the book, I thought that this image works so well as a starting point for the thing that you just said, and also for the fact that, to me, it looked like someone blinded from this need for, success to achieve some stuff and things. And it's beautiful because it's not a super young man, strong, and at the start of his career.
Yeah. And later on, I have these kind of characters in the book, the athletes. But to start with this kind of man, it's quite different than anything else in the series.
Yeah, there is also the Discobolo, the guy, the athlete.
Yeah. Here he is, yeah. He's the total opposite of my father, yeah.
Yeah, but it fits with this, like the role. This man super productive and good shape and
and the need for success, and sports has this nothing is more competitive than sports. It's almost like a war between nations, but without the need to. That's why I have these over athletic bodies in the whole series. And
but I also, another question that I wrote it down, it was the fact that your pictures are so formal, like there is not too much space of something that happen casually. You can feel that there is this super strong strong frame, and control. And this is one of the questions, like because I was not sure if this is your way to take pictures like normally, or if you just decide to use it because it fits perfectly with the project.
Oh no, I'm a total control freak, so to speak. So all my images are staged, but I'm working on that. So yeah, I'm in therapy about that. And so every image is precisely thought of. So I have a sketchbook where I draw every idea of mine. I even sketch it up in a very childish drawing. I go on location. I control the light. So a lot of work goes into every image, and so everything is staged and very, very well thought out beforehand. But now I'm actually working on that, and my new series is about losing the control, the need for control, and also actually one image in the book that also feels very, very staged is actually by accident. So I was very, very glad, because I was shooting in the mountains, because this one. I was shooting in Austria in the mountains. You see a lot of mountain images which almost look like Apple screensavers in the book, which is also a reflection about consumer society and things like that. And while I was here photographing, I was walking and with my Mamiya, and then I saw this golden ladder with this backlit setup, and I was just standing there. I couldn't believe it, that this was here waiting for me, and it fits the series perfectly. So I only had actually 2 frames left from my roll, and I didn't have any new roll with me. So I took 2 images from this one, from the golden ladder, and I was really, really hoping that it will turn out good, because I can't afford to go back. So this image came to life by totally accident. And so accidents are actually the best things that can happen in photography. So I learned to lose control and just embrace the mistakes and the things that can happen.
Also because probably this one is one of my favorite in the book, and it's perfectly, like the meaning is completely 100% in this picture.
I was I was lucky.
Yeah, of course, but also there is always this part of luck that happens sometimes. But the fact that you present all these mountains around your book, and then in the end you see which one is the entry point of this mountain, and it's to climb up. It's really interesting, and also the light and the colors are amazing. So I want to ask you, how do you achieve that? Like, do you work with analog or digital?
I only use analog. I think the colors are because I'm very consistent with Kodak Portra 400 film. So that's my go-to film. And then I use a Mamiya RZ67. And so all my autonomous work is shot with that one. Actually, most of the images that you see take a lot of hours, because I'm always waiting for the right moment, the right light. So it's not just by accident, but really a photographer needs to have good legs and to be able to walk a lot of kilometers, and also like patience for the light to change and for the light to be the best as it can get. So a lot of waiting and a lot of walking and patience. So yeah, and Kodak Porsche. Give me some film stock left. Yeah.
What is that?
This image, well, I read Baudrillard's simulacrum theory, and it's quite a heavy text, and I wanted to somehow reflect on it in the book. So I made this maquette and light it on fire, and I wanted to have the light source that you can actually see that it's a maquette and everything is staged, present in the crop. So yeah, I did that in the studio and didn't realize that the fire is going to cause problems, because the fire alarm, of course, went on. So yeah, the whole floor was evacuated, but I got into trouble, but the image is here. So yeah, that's the story behind that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, it doesn't look something really super safe to do.
Yeah.
But I found an amazing connection between this one and the first one. Of course, it's not the same light, but it's I can see the same light in both. Like this one blinding this man, and then this light like burning the town.
Yep.
It's really beautiful because you can start see that, you know, the light as the neoliberalism or capitalism, and that is blinding the man and burning the society, the community. So it's
and also the title of the book is There Is Nothing New Under the Sun. So yeah.
Yeah. And did you decide to split the book in chapters or something like that?
It wasn't that conscious, but I worked a lot on the sequencing. Which image comes after which image, and how do the texts come in. So, but I think it's very, very important that you don't have this very, very, because the images are very controlled, as you said, and the text is, you know, very hard, and it needs to have a very intuitious flow, the whole book to itself. So I didn't want to interrupt and make it into chapters, or be that strict that this 3 images are about that and this about that. But I actually decided by feeling how the sequence is going to work best, because everything is so controlled that it needs to light up and it needs to have a good flow. So I didn't think that much about chapters and about, okay, I start with, I don't know, this theme and then I go on to that and things like that. But very intuitively decide which comes after which is also, of course, like not a one-day thing to make a sequence for the book, but something that you come back to again and again. Like every time I have a series ready and I think about the sequence, what story I want to tell, I think that's it's even harder than the shooting. Like, how do you sequence the series? What story do you want to tell? Which image comes after which, and the image pairs and everything, because as I said, images doesn't speak 1,000 words, and also one image doesn't do it at all. But if you put, I don't know, 4 images into a sequence and after that decide a text, then 4 images together tell a totally different story and can change the meaning of even one image, which images you place before and after. So there's a lot of thinking going into that, but I didn't want to have a very strict storyline.
And so this number are just the normal chapter of the
of the thesis that I wrote. Yeah.
And you have a chapter that is Capitalism, Realism, an amazing book by Mark Fisher that is exactly about that.
Yeah. I really love Mark, even though I never met him, but everyone should read his book, Capitalist Realism. And also he speaks about very, very important things, but in a very, very light way. You know, it's how do I say that? So he's a very, very good writer. So even though big issues come up and you don't really see the solution to the problem he's proposing, but still to read the book is a very nice experience because he hits you in the head, but in a good way.
No, yeah.
I hope it.
No, yeah, I agree. Like I read it just one time, and I'm thinking to read it again, but I need to find the right time because it's true that it's not too tough. But after reading, I was a bit depressed.
Yeah, I feel you. But he was also like a very, very nice teacher. There is this book which I forgot the name of. But it's here on my bookshelf, but now I can't find it. But anyway, there is a book with some of his lectures because he was a lecturer, and the interaction he has with the students is also great to read. So yeah, I encourage everyone to read his works and lectures, and yeah.
Me too. And also, he was an amazing reviewer of music.
Yeah. He was a great music lover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he thought that no new music is being written because everything is about nostalgia nowadays, but still, yeah, he was hopeful.
Yeah, but it was true. Like, almost 100% true. So
yeah, everything is a copy of a copy. Yeah.
Yeah, Kata, do you want to speak about the horse image?
Yeah, sure. So this is also a perfect example for a very staged image. So I had this image in my mind that I want a white horse. So it can be anything else. It needs to be white. And I need to have a fly mask on it. And the horse needs to be on a very, very nice meadow with hills behind it, with clouds and everything. And so I needed to find a white horse, even though I don't have friends who have horses, and a fly mask, which needs to be like this color. So the pre-production of the whole image took me, I don't know, at least 2.5 months to get everything together. And it was very crucial for me because there's a lot of reading for different kind of viewers when they see this image. Because when you ever dealt with horses, then you know that the horse is wearing a fly mask. So it's actually there to protect him from the flies, and also he can see through the fly mask. But if you are not familiar with horses, then the first thing that you think about that he can't look through it, and he doesn't see anything. This horse. So there is also already a different reading, even with this one difference when you work with horses and when you don't. And I wanted to have on a very, very nice outdoor setting this white horse, because it's also something I always tell, that when you make an image, you have to think about all of the layers that come with it. So I could easily put this horse in a cage or where they live indoors, but then it would have a totally different meaning, because already in the image there is a juxtaposition that this horse is actually free. I mean, he's a perfect setting, he's free, so to speak, but the whole cropping of the image is very, very tight. So you see that there is only a few centimeters that are left outside of the horse, because it's almost super close up. And so I wanted to play with that, with the knowledge of the fly mask, the composition, and the whole setting, that there is something eerie going on within the image, even though it's a very nice image to look at, because it has nice colors and clouds behind it, and also nice lighting, but still there is something very uncomfortable when you look at the image. So that's the story behind the horse one.
Yeah, I agree. So you related the meaning of this image to the concept of freedom in the modern society, or not?
That's one. That's one reading, but also I gave the image a very informing title. So the title of the image is The Racehorse, and even though you can see that it's not a racehorse, but still the title of the image is The Racehorse. So it's more about the individual, in my opinion, but that was my thought behind it. But you can read it however you want. So that's why I say that one image doesn't have one concrete meaning in that sense. So in my opinion, it was about individualism and how we are racing constantly without actually seeing what we are doing, even though this horse can see. But the freedom of art is like...
Yeah, the first meaning that I found, it was that, like, it was probably a really simple one, but to me, inside the sequence and everything, this image was really speaking about the capitalism. Like, I put the subject, the capitalism, inside this horse. So to me, it was like this huge animal that can run, but it's because it's blinded, it ran not really in a amazing direction. And to me, at first, it was really about the capitalism.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, but what is beautiful, that this picture inside this book can lead to a lot of different meaning, but related to the project, because you have all the pictures before and after that linked you a bit inside, some meaning. Like, if you put this picture inside another project, it's a completely different story.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is there any other picture that you want to speak about, or not?
No, I don't think so. No, maybe, I don't know, some of the text like that comes before the horse one.
Yeah. So like which one?
The employer's trade on that one. Maybe it's important that the text also has this kind of manifesto-like pages. For instance, this one, which almost feels like a poster of some kind. And whenever I exhibit this project, not as a photo book, but as an installation, I always include the text. So it's not just the images that are nicely framed on the wall, but there are also these posters, a few hundreds of them. For instance, this one that you can take with you home. So I always try to exhibit the whole thing as the book. So it's not just the images, but also the text. And the text is very, how do you say it? Not approachable, but anyway. So something that you can actually take home with you and as a poster.
And there is also a kind of poster in the cover, right?
Yes, the whole dust cover, which has this very neonish color, is a poster that you can pull out and
And how the cover born? Like, how was the thoughts behind the cover of the book?
We talked about the cover with Joao, who is the graphic designer at Void, and who is, by the way, an amazing graphic designer. He always comes up with something new. I really love his work, not just what he did on this, but otherwise. And he came up with this whole design and the color behind it. And as you know, photo books are, a very small market, and it's almost like we are selling books to each other. And that's why it's, and we are, of course, in a market economy. So to be able to sell books, you need to have a very, how do I say that, a cover that is that you want to touch. The first thing that you see in a book is the cover. So it needs to be something that pops up from the several thousand books that are on the same table or in the same fair. So I think the main choice behind this very neon color was that it's that you see it from far.
And that part is the poster. You can open it and to have a...
Yes, that part is the poster, yeah.
Who is going to take off that part and use it as a poster? Do you think that the people do it?
No, I don't think so, no. To be honest, no. You need something to cover the book with, so yeah. I also never took it off and used it as a poster, but yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's a concept that I really love, but in the end, I never do it.
Yeah.
And how did the collaboration with Void born?
It was actually by chance. I was in my last year and heavily working on this project, and then I got an email. I don't know from who, but I was part of this Futures platform. I don't know if you know it, and And there was this open call that there is going to be a masterclass with Void Publishing House, and they are going to take 5 Futures artist members who can be part of that workshop. And to be honest, I never heard of Void before that. And then I looked up their Instagram, and I really loved the books that they were making. But back then, they only made like 99% really black and white photo books, like black and white images and very dark. So I applied, but I never thought that they are going to take me, because these images are obviously not black and white and things like that. So it's totally different than anything that they've done before. But I applied, and they took me, and then we worked with 5 other artists for 1 week. Each of us made a dummy together with Void, and actually together with the other artists. And the irony was that the open call was for that there is only one winner within the 5 artists who are who are producing the book, and they chose me. And it's the irony of the whole story is that this book is about this, this competition against this highly competitive market, and my book was founded actually because of that, because I was a winner of some masterclass. So that's the punchline of the whole thing.
Yeah, there is some irony.
Yeah,
inside that, I understand. And then you start to work to the book together, right?
Yeah, actually, we almost didn't change anything because during the 1 week we produced the dummy of the book. We just slightly changed the size of it. We made it a little bit bigger. And the previous idea was to make a soft cover, and then in the end decided to have a hardcover for the book. So very, very minor changes were done. But actually we produced the whole book within 1 week during this masterclass together.
That is quite incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible what you can make in 1 week. I also teach photobook making at the art university here in Budapest. And sometimes we make a book in like 3 days, and so if you have a material together, then and a clear vision, then it can happen.
Yeah. So it's possible. Doesn't happen so much, but it's possible.
Yeah.
And Kata, if you want, I can start with the last 3 standard questions. I don't know if you want to add something.
No, I don't think so. I'm not a big talker, so even just to talk this much was it was quite
enough.
But,
okay. So do you have a specific music that you suggest for watching this book?
Actually, many of the text I use are Talking Heads lyrics. So I would recommend listening to Talking Heads.
Yeah, perfect.
And actually, no, to be honest, I just realized that Void once asked me to make a playlist for the series.
Oh, wow.
So I have a playlist for the whole series. I think it's on their website, but who knows?
I'm gonna look, but if you find it, please send me a link so I can put the link under the description.
It has artists like The Knife and Ostra, John Mouse, and this thought, things like that.
Perfect. Let's find it.
Yeah.
Let's try to find it.
Oh, and also, if you want to watch a movie and not just listen to music, then I would highly recommend the documentary by Adam Curtis called Hypernormalization. I think it's quite an astonishing documentary, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who didn't watch it yet.
Great.
It's quite old.
What?
Not quite. I don't know. It's not new. So his new documentary just came out. It's like a 5-part documentary, but this is like one of his older work. I don't know, from 10 years ago or something like that. So Adam Curtis and Hypernormalization. It's on YouTube.
Ah, great.
He used to make documentaries for BBC, only using BBC's archive, and it's amazing what this guy does. So highly recommend it.
Do you learn something during the process of making this work and this book that can help other photographers to do a better job?
Don't rush it, because as I told you, I got offered quite a lot of book publishing houses that were offering me to produce the book and to make a coffee table book out of it. And I really felt that this is not the right format for the whole project. So even though I know it's a very crowded market and it's now, it's like mandatory now to have a book if you want to become a photographer. It's like a stage, in your career that you have a published photo book. It's something that's really important in the art world. And so people, I think, make probably decisions rushed and yeah. So that's what I would recommend, that even though you really want to publish your book and to be out there, really be aware that not all the deals are that good. And if you, I don't know, need to put so much money in that and everything, that be aware that
I agree also,
not
because
every offer needs to be accepted. I don't know how to make. I don't want to.
Yeah, but I agree, because not all the project fits with all the publishers. You really need to find the right one, and both.
It's like a partnership. Like a romantic partnership.
No, it's true. I can see this project perfectly with Void, but really not so much with other publisher, for example.
Yeah. So wait and just wait for the right one.
Yeah, or look directly for the right one. That's another option.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you also how the other publisher know about your work, and why, because you said a lot of publishers want to publish this book. How they know about that project? Why they approach you?
I think it was because I was exhibiting at a lot of places, and I was part of the Foam Talent program, and so this project got really public. So I think that's why people saw it in exhibitions, and the Foam Talent thing really helped with that. So I think that's why.
Yeah, I understand. The very last question: can you suggest us a book to have here in the podcast in the future?
I was actually thinking about this question a lot, and because I say that. So there is one specific book that really I feel excited about to finally have it in my hands, and that's Thomas Prior's book "Slide Me the Master Key," and it's going to be. No, it's already published by Loose Joints or Joints Loose. I don't know which way. And I only saw 20 pages from that book, but that's something I feel really excited about since a long time. And I feel it's going to be, I think, a very, very nice book, even though I didn't have it in my hands. And so I would recommend probably that one, because now I was thinking which photo books I was looking forward to being published soon. So something quite new. And that was the one that instantly popped into my head.
Yeah, but I'm really curious too. I'm waiting for that a bit. And also Loose Joint publish amazing books. We have several and really, really good. This is the one of the case where you can really see that each book is really built around the project.
Yeah, I agree. So, and also Void.
Also Void. No, but I didn't say that it's the only one. I said that it's one of the case. No, I agree. Void, it's of course inside this roster of amazing publishing house. And
I was just joking.
Yeah, but I'm happy that there are more than one that are really doing an amazing job right now. So I'm lucky, I can start doing this podcast for a while. So thank you so much, Kata. It was a beautiful, 45, 1 hour speaking with you.
Wow, Jesus, that long, okay.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. And hope to see you soon, and hope you all enjoy listening Kata and me. And goodbye. See you soon from me and Kata. Ciao.
Thank you for having. Bye.